Good evening, Warriors. Welcome into episode 31 of the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report, the home for all Grass Lake Warriors, kindergarten through 12th grade. This show is about every athlete, every team, and every level because Warrior Pride starts early, it runs all the way through high school. And make no mistake, this report is community driven. I work hard to cover it all, but with everything happening across K through 12, I can't do it alone. So if I miss something, or if there's a Warrior celebration that deserves some shine, a win, a milestone, a great performance, or a team moment, please send it in to glsportsweeklyreport at gmail.com. That's how we make sure every Warrior gets recognized. We've got a lot to cover from this past week, some great performances to highlight, and plenty of Warrior pride to go around. So, here we go. In Warrior wrestling news, I have got lots for you. These Warriors have been killing it all week long. So here we go. In middle school wrestling, the middle school Warriors traveled out to Homer on Tuesday night. And here's a little highlight reel I put together for you. Then on Saturday, the middle schoolers traveled down the long road to East Jackson for the East Jackson Middle School individual invite. And the team finished in fourth place overall in the 18-team field. Top 4 finishers medaled. The Warriors had 10 medal finishers, 3 in first, 4 in second, and 3 in fourth. The Warriors had 19 kids competing at East Jackson. Alex Rooker, Brody Perwaga, Cam Kaiser, Charlie Gaffke, Charlie Hamp, Colton White, Dayton Stoddard, Gunnar Davis, Gus Latshaw, Henny Comrie, Jay Meyer, Josh Holda, Caden Simmons, Lewis Hillbearer, Marshall Johnson, Memphis Hall, Stan Riccardi, Violet Clapperch, and Wesley Charles. Our 3 first-place finishers were Gus Latshaw, Sam Riccardi, and Brody Perwaga. Big championship bout for GL on this one as Colton White and Gus Latshaw went toe-to-toe, and Gus took home first place on this one. Nice job, Gus. And at the 185 division, Sam Riccardi brings home first place gold. And at the 215 division, Brody Perwaga brought home the gold for the Warriors. And whether you like wrestling or not, this video should get you pumped up to be a Warrior. That championship bout for Brody Perwaga with his coaches and his teammates cheering him on. Just a great moment to be a Warrior. And just a post-tournament picture of some of the Warriors that medaled at the East Jackson Invite. It was definitely a great day to be a Warrior. Our varsity Warriors traveled out to Homer on Wednesday night, and Grass Lake defeated East Jackson 42-24 and Homer 42-18. Aiden Johnson won for Grass Lake at 120 pounds against East Jackson. Brandon Rohde at 132. Grady Cromery at 138. And Aiden Durham at 144 earned pins against Homer. Our Warriors then took to the mat Friday night in Leslie at the Cascades Conference Tournament. Brandon Rohde took home a first place finish. As well did Aiden Durham, remaining undefeated on the season. Grady Cromery earned all conference honors, finishing in third place. And Ava Hall finished in fourth place. Coming up this Wednesday at Grass Lake High School is the Division III District 192 championships between Brooklyn, Columbia Central, Grass Lake, Michigan Center, and Onstead. This is an awesome time that we get to host this. So if you got the time and the chance, come out, see some Warrior Wrestling on Wednesday night at the high school. Then on Saturday, our varsity Warriors will travel to Dundee for the individual wrestling districts with Adrian Madison, Blissfield, Brooklyn, Columbia Central, Dundee, Erie, Mason, Flat Rock, Roselle, Ida, Michigan Center, Milan, Onstead, Pinckney, Romulus, and Stockbridge. So just an awesome week of wrestling for our Warriors. The middle schoolers will be at Michigan Center on Tuesday, and then at home on Thursday for the Grass Lake Invite. That should be a dandy. Then our youth wrestlers that are wrestling in MYWAY will be out at Manchester on Sunday, February 15th, for that competition. So just an awesome week of wrestling, as I mentioned before. and just some great things coming up on the horizon. Like I said, the varsity wrestlers will be competing in team and individual districts this coming week. And our Warrior Middle School wrestlers will be at Michigan Center on Tuesday and then at home on Thursday. And then our MYWAY youth wrestlers will be out at Manchester on Sunday. In hockey news, our Warrior Jackson Zebo and his Jackson United team had 3 competitions this week. They started the week in a big one on the road against the Chelsea Bulldogs. And United comes out on top, 3-2, bouncing back from that loss they had against the Bulldogs just a few days ago. Then they were back at home at Optimus Ice Arena against Dexter in a big conference matchup. Unfortunately, United fell to the Dreadnoughts 2-4. Then on Saturday, they took on Lenawee United and took down the United in a big way, 9-3. And our guy, Jackson Zebo, with an assist on the day. So after those 3 competitions of the week, that brings the Jackson United's overall season record to 15-10 and 3-1 in the conference. That's according to the Michigan High School Athletic Association website. And then this coming week, they will have 2 competitions, one on Friday afternoon up in Lansing against Okemos, and then on Saturday at Optimus Ice Arena against Ann Arbor Skyline at 4 o'clock. There's another game here on this schedule that says 10 a.m. To be determined. So maybe they have 2 competitions that day. I'm not sure, but definitely Okemos on Friday afternoon and then Ann Arbor Skyline on Saturday afternoon. Out on the hardwood, our Warriors have had some exciting accomplishments this last week, with more exciting things coming up this week as well. Both our 5th grade girls basketball teams took home the gold this weekend. They played well together and had a blast. Great job, ladies. And our 7th grade boys went 3-0 out at Homer on the weekend as well, bringing home a first place. Way to go, fellas. Keep up the hard work. In boys JV action, our JV boys had 1 competition on Tuesday night against Napoleon. And here are some highlights from that action. The boys came up short against Napoleon 39-51. Wesley Rule led the Warriors with 17 points, followed by Elijah Walling with 9 and James Warburton with 7. Our varsity boys had 2 competitions this week. One at home against Napoleon on Tuesday night. The Warriors fell to the Pirates at home 41-67. Grass Lake was led by Braden Snar with 9 points on the night. Then on Thursday, they traveled out to Manchester to take on the Dutchmen. And here's some highlights from that action. Will Ford led the Warriors with 9 points on the night. Unfortunately, the Warriors fell to the Dutchman 34-68. Both the boys, varsity and JV, will be in action Tuesday night at home against Michigan Center in their last regular season home game of the year. I'm sure the boys would appreciate all the Warriors support that they could get in the stands on that night. And then on Thursday, the 12th, they will play in the Cascades crossover game with that opponent to be determined. In girls hoops action, our varsity Warriors had one competition last week as they did not play their game against Vandercook that was forfeited by Vandercook. So on Friday night, they headed out to Manchester, and here are your highlights from that game. Warriors came up with a nice conference road win, beating Manchester 69-10. Reese Lape with 18 points and 4 rebounds. Brooke Starkey added 13. Adeline Jarko added 9. And Elise Bullock added 8 and created 4 steals for the Warriors. So that brings the girls' record to 15-1 for the season and 12-0 in the conference. The varsity Warriors have 2 competitions this week on the road at Michigan Center against the Cardinals. That's a big one on Monday night. And then again on the road at Napoleon on Wednesday evening against the Pirates. In last week's Wilkins report, they have the Lady Warriors ranked 15th overall in the state. A big shout out to our very own varsity girls basketball head coach April Saltz for earning the Basketball Coaches Association of Michigan Week 8 Coach of the Week, presented by the Detroit Pistons. So once again, congratulations to Coach Saltz. Turn our heads to Grass Lake Warriors powerlifting as our powerlifters were out in Dexter this past weekend for that regional competition. The individual results haven't been posted yet on the Michigan High School Powerlifting Association website, but I do know that both the JV and varsity boys team as a team finished in first place. Great job, boys. And with the girls, I know the JV girls finished in first place as a team, and the varsity girls finished in third place. So both our boys, girls, JV, and varsity teams continue to impress at these regional meets. I know we've got some state qualifiers already, and I'm sure our Warriors are getting pumped up and excited to compete in that competition, that state competition, here in just a few weeks. And then out on the bowling lanes, the Warriors had some competitions this week, but the highlight of the week was celebrating our varsity Warrior seniors. Senior Ben Tippy, Senior Mason Bush, and Senior Brandon McCumber. So big shout out to those 3 young men. Appreciate everything you've done for your Warrior community and the Warrior Bowling program. Good luck in the future, boys. In softball and baseball news, just a reminder that this is the last week to get your Warriors signed up for the Grass Lake Summer Youth League. Registration will close on February 15th. Program is open to all T-ball all the way up to 14U, both baseball and softball players. If you have any questions, please email info@glsyl.org and they will get you headed in the right direction. Just a reminder, no open gym this Saturday. Open gym will pick up again, it looks like on the 21st. And that open gym starts at 9 a.m. in the morning and goes to 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Please keep a lookout on your elementary, middle school, and school announcements and the Grass Lake Summer Youth League Facebook page for updates to those open gym times. And also, any 11, 12U players or 10U players playing up to 11U or 12U Wednesday nights in the auxiliary gym, I will be there doing pitching workouts, and I will also have some special guests there on occasion. So, basically every Wednesday, we've got about 5 more Wednesdays, I think, until spring break. Trying to get as much pitching work as we can in before the warm weather hits and we get outside to get going live. And I'm excited for that. So, if you got any questions, feel free to email me directly at jfdlc3@gmail.com, and I'll answer any questions you have in regards to those pitching workouts on Wednesday night in the high school auxiliary gym, 7:30 to 9. And last but not least, don't forget to get your Grass Lake Warrior Club Cash-O-Rama ticket. That is coming up Saturday, March 21st at the Gene Davis & Son Banquet Center. This is an awesome time for an awesome cause. Just some things that the Warrior Club has purchased for Warrior teams in the past 2 months. For softball, a new pitching machine at a cost of $5,500. For cheerleading, they purchased a rolling mirror wall at the cost of $1,550. For the soccer team, some pop-up practice goals at a cost of $1,600. Baseball had received a safety net and some equipment at a cost of $1,100. And over $2,700 paid directly to teams and clubs for helping in the concessions. The Cash Bash is a fun night out that helps raise much needed money every single year. It's a night of dinner, raffles, giveaways, 50-50s, dancing, a photo booth, and a lot of fun. Once again, that's March 21st. $100 per couple gets you in the door in the biggest event of the year for the Grass Lake Warrior Club. There's $3,700 in cash prizes, plus a bunch of raffle tickets, 50-50s, like I mentioned earlier, but plenty of stuff going on. Plenty of opportunities to help support the Warrior Club. You can get your tickets from any Warrior Club member, or you can stop in at the high school office and they'll steer you in the right direction as always. If you get that ticket before February 23rd, you get entered into the early bird drawing, which is a drawing for $150. So make sure you get your tickets soon. That's a wrap for episode 31 of the Grass Lake Sports Weekly Report. I hope you enjoyed the show and all the incredible Warrior highlights from this past week. Remember, this is your show, your community, and your kids. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a single moment of the action. Share it with friends, family, and fellow fans. Let's spread the word and celebrate every Warrior together. And don't forget, this report covers all K through 12 Warriors, and I can't possibly catch everything myself. If your team, player, or special Warrior moment deserves recognition, send it in to glsportsweeklyreport@gmail.com. Thanks for watching, and keep that Warrior pride alive. Remember, gentlemen, Saturday is Valentine's Day. You can thank me later for the reminder. Until next time, God bless our kids, God bless our community, and go Warriors!